Well, my friends, we learned a very painful lesson in our last episode. The values of our players have increased now that we have been promoted to Série B. So we have had to make some adjustments because Celio Pereira Silva and Gil Ballara are both no longer with the club permanently. As you know, we did get a loan back deal for Celio Pereira Silva, so he is here for one more season, but it has forced us to offer new contracts to the rest of our players because in Brazil, they all have release clauses, so we needed to set those release clauses at an area we felt a little bit more comfortable with. So we've signed Matheus Conceição to a new 4-year deal. Paulo Alexandre is now full-time on a permanent deal. Gabriel Abdias has a new 3-year deal. Who else did we re-sign? Igor gets a new 3-year contract. Marcus Antonio, a new 3-year deal with a new release clause, which sadly, I don't know if it's enough because he now has a value of up to $3 million. And I think his release clause only goes up to 2. That was kind of the minimum floor we set. We also signed Manuel Rodriguez to a new contract as well. So hopefully this will prevent any further hemorrhage of our Wonderkids, but there is no guarantee. We are taking on Corinthians. We are in the quarterfinals of the Sao Paulo State Championship. Now, João is unavailable, so we cannot have him on the bench, so he will be replaced by... who do we want to put on? Let's go with Lucas. Sure, why not? We did not sign Lucas to a new deal just yet, but I believe we are going to. Also, we are going to be without the services in this match of Victor Reis, or at least he's not fully fit. He's going to start this one on the bench because he did pick up a knock in training. So it's going to be Andre in goal. Juan Richard is going to get the start at left back. It's kind of been between him and Gabriel Abdias. Abdias has gotten the last couple of starts, but let's see if Juan Richard, after sitting out for a little bit, maybe finds a little bit of that form that he had last year. Carnella and Carlau are going to be in the middle. JP will be our right back. Igor is going to be at the base of the midfield. In front of him, Celio Pereira Silva moving over into that midfield playmaker role that was occupied previously by Victor Reis. Means Rodrigo Haruki is coming in officially to replace Reis in the lineup. It's going to be Jay Carlos on the left wing. Matheus Conceição getting the start on the right-hand side. He's picked up a pair of assists so far. Hopefully he can add to that total now that he is most likely going to be our new permanent starting right winger. We shall see. And of course, Gabriel Rosera will be leading the line as usual. He's had a great start to his season. 5 goals so far. Wholesale changes in this match for Corinthians, so hopefully that is not their first team, and it means that they have rotated against us, which may give us a chance. We played pretty well against Serie A competition so far in this competition. Obviously, that match a couple episodes ago against Palmeiras was pretty awful, but we did have some other solid performances against teams like Santos, so I'm very heartened by that. I did have to assign a squad number to Lucas, and I gave him the number 29. It wasn't until I hit confirm that I realized that that was the number that Gil Ballara was wearing for us. So hopefully he does us proud, just like Ballara did. Celio Pereira Silva looking to find Conceição into the middle. Gabriel Rosera is there, and that is a goal for Gabriel Rosera. His 6th of the competition, and 2 minutes in, Ituano takes a 1-0 lead. Did change the camera angle. We are going with the tactical camera for right now. We're going to see how that works out. Used it on stream Friday night, and hopefully it's not going to give me too much agita. We are massively leading this match in possession as well. But Tinoco with a free kick from out wide on the near side, sending it in, cleared away by Carlau, but right into Curvo. Finds Tinoco with space on the right, gets past his man, puts it on goal, and nothing Andre could do about that. And I'm pretty sure the guy that got burned was Juan Richard. We'll take a look at the replay on this one, because I am very curious as to who that was. No, it was Conceição. Well, he didn't really belong there. So I guess I really can't blame him. Andre, though, needed to make a bit of a better effort. He is has also been tendered a new contract. By the way, he just has not signed it yet. We're spending a lot of money on him. We have ballooned our wage bill, but frankly, since we're not signing new players from elsewhere, what else are we going to do with the money? There's only so much we can get the board to agree to pay for right now as we continue to progress up the ladder here in Brazil. Hopefully, we'll be able to get more stuff. Our training facilities took a bit of a downgrade, by the way, in between the last couple of years, just because things have become outdated. So hopefully we'll be able to pump some money into there. We are improving our youth facilities right now, which is good for us. And 1-1, though, at the end of the first half, I will absolutely positively take that. Even though we did allow them back into the match a little bit, all of the match momentum right now in favor of Ituano. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this team. The fact that we are dominating possession in the way that they are makes me feel really good. And the second half is now underway. Conceição in possession. We'll just drop it back for JP. If we can continue to hold on to the ball this way. Now that does leave us susceptible on the counterattack, so we do have to worry about that just a little bit. Igor playing it ahead. Juan Richard tucking in there. Igor will get it across for Carlau. He's got space and time, so we'll play it out to Conceição along the near side. Double teamed. Pereira Silva looking to feed Conceição. He finds him again, plays it into the middle, and he gets J. Carlos charging in toward that back post. J. Carlos with the goal, his third of the year. Conceição picking up his second assist of the match, and Ituano, 4 minutes into the second half, has retaken the 1-goal lead. It is now 2-1. This competition ultimately doesn't really mean much to us. It probably means even less to Corinthians right now. They've got their focus on the Serie A season, but they do have a chance on this corner. Cato sending it in. Carlau gets it free, but Juan Richard can't catch up to it, so it's recycled to Diogo Cato. Looking back post, he's got Curvo, and Curvo tucks it inside the far post to make it 2-2 as a quick-fire answer just 3.5 minutes later from Corinthians has retied this contest, and we are beaten on a set piece for the second time this year. The second phase of a set piece has been our Achilles heel so far early in this season, and this one is no different. JP taking a pretty not so great angle on that one. He's a little knackered. We are going to look to get him off with about 30 minutes left to go, so we can't pause for some reason because that's been happening lately in Football Manager. Adriano Hakuda is going to come in and take his place. Everybody else is looking fairly decent. Carlau a little tired, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Ball laid out on the left wing. Curvo's got it. Gets it to Caramiko. Back to Curvo. Playing it into the middle. Guinejao putting it on goal, but Andre able to make a fairly easy save. And I think once we get a stoppage in play, we'll finally get JP out of there. But not too bad so far. They want us to have Haruki shoot less often. That's fine. If he's going to shoot, let's make sure he picks out some better spots. He's playing okay in the midfield right now. Igor's feeling a little tired as well, so we're going to make a few more adjustments. I still can't pause the match, so Igor is going to come off in place of Paulo Alexandre, and we'll get Juan Richard off. Gabriel Abdias is in as well. We make those two changes with just over 10 minutes left to go. We are still tied 2-2, which means we still have a chance in this match to pull off a miracle on the road at Corinthians. Dominating possession so far. I am loving the fact that that is happening. I am going to drop our defensive line back just a smidge. Hopefully that will prevent us from getting beat on the counter. Can we do something in second half stoppage time? It's a final third throw-in. Gabriel Abdias taking his time. Not sure why. Are we just playing for extra time at this point? Abdias in, getting it back from Haruki. J. Carlos is off, feeling a bit, oh my God, there is no extra time. We're going straight to penalties. Do I use an injured J. Carlos? We're going to take him off. We're going to address the team. We're underdogs. Go cause some surprises. And let's see what happens. Wait, I can't pause, but we're gonna change to back to dynamic sideline for this one. And J. Carlos is lining up for that first kick. No, goalie, please, just take your time. We have nowhere to be today. It's fine. No, really. Make us wait. J. Carlos, though, quickly off of the crossbar. He cannot get it in, and that just cost us. Ituano missing our first opportunity from the spot. We had Mateus Dinelli going the wrong way and everything. Jay Carlos had a wide open net to shoot at, and he could not put it home. Guin Zhao, well, he does. Even though Andre did guess correctly, he went the right way. He just could not get his hands on it. So Corinthians with a 1-0 lead in the shootout, and I fear that this is how we are going to go out. We have to be massive, and it means that Andre is going to need to make not one, but 2 saves to give us the victory here. Celio Pereira Silva, he puts it home. I thought Tonelli was going to get his hand on that, but I am very glad he did not. Let's see if Andre can do the business against Diego Cato. It is 1-1 in this shootout. It is now 2-1 Corinthians. Andre unable to make the stop. So Gabriel Rosera, who picked up the first goal of the game to keep us alive, and he absolutely drills it home. Cool as a cucumber, Gabriel Rosera putting it in the back of the net for the second time in this match to tie things back up at 2, but Corinthians still with the advantage here. They have yet to miss. Paulo Enrique stepping up as the third Corinthians shooter. It's a short run-up, and he gets Andre to go the wrong way. 3-2 Corinthians. Brand new 4-year contract in his pocket. Mateus Conceição. Oh, he made Danelli look bad. Diving to his left. Conceição put it behind him. It is now tied up once again at 3-3. But unless Andre is able to make a stop on one of the next 2 shots, we are going home after a very cagey quarterfinal tilt against Corinthians. Vandro. Oh, I thought Andre was going to get it, but Vandro converts to make it 4-3. So we still need a save from Andre, but it's not going to mean anything if Rodrigo Haruki cannot deliver here, and he does, to tie this shootout up at 4 apiece. Rodrigo Haruki getting the start in place of the injured Victor Reis. And now Andre steps back in on the line. Luca Caramico, the 5th and potentially final shooter for Corinthians, steps up with his right foot, and Andre makes the save, and it is a brand new ball game. Ooh, that ball floating was kind of cool. We are tied at 4 as we go to sudden death in the shootout, and it's going to be the 17-year-old Paulo Alexandre to step up, coming in as a sub. He hits the crossbar, but he's able to get it to go off of the bottom and in. Ituano leading the shootout 5-4. Can Andre be the hero again? Mateus Danelli knew that he made a mistake, and it's going to be Costa Diaz. Costa Diaz, the left footer, steps up. Andre dives the wrong direction, and it's 5-5. I feel like these shootouts can go forever. 7th shooter for Ituano is Carlau, and he tucks it home inside the left post. He kept it along the ground, and he beat Danelli to make it 6-5 Ituano. And Andre knew that he made a bad choice last time. Can he make the right decision against Abner? Short run up, and he does not. I don't think any of them have gone to that far post yet, and that's where Andre keeps guessing. 6-6 in the shootout here in the quarterfinals of the Sao Paulo State Championship. I have no idea who we may be facing in the next round if we are able to get it through. That is going to be up to Gabriel Abdias and Danelli grabbing it out of the air. Abdias went top corner. Danelli guessed correctly. And it will all come down to Curvo, who did score earlier in the match. Is he going to be the hero? No! Andre, massive in goal, makes the save to keep things at 6-6. Adriano Hakuda will be the 9th shooter for Ituano. He is not a goal scorer. We're talking about a right back here, and he did exactly what Jay Carlos did. Clanked it off of the crossbar. How many times are we going to just hand this match to Corinthians? Andre must be massive once again. I mean, he needed to make a save here regardless. But will he be able to stop Nicolas. He cannot. Whoa, what just happened there? Somebody just absolutely teleported across the screen. Corinthians is going to win it on penalties, 7-6. Andre has officially put pen to paper on a brand new 3-year contract. His release clause has gone up dramatically to $5.75 million. I guess we'll find a use for the money if somebody decides to trigger it. That's a problem, though, for another day. We're going to get our season campaign in Serie B kicked off in tomorrow's episode because we still have a second round matchup in the Copa do Brasil against São Raimundo. We are massive favorites in this match, but we are going to need to make changes. First off, we told Canella that we were going to rest him for the next match, so he is not going to be available here. Let us bring in, let's get João in there. João is wanted, but I believe that's just on loan. Igor's also one. He's going to remain at the base of the midfield. We also are unable to play Celio Pereira Silva because he is unregistered for this competition because we sold him, so he is not going to be able to play, but Victor Reis will be back in. We do need someone to replace him on the bench, and that will be Mateus Enrique. Conceição, after his 2-assist performance, is definitely getting the start. Once again, on our right-hand side, Gabriel Rosera scored. He's in the middle. J. Carlos scored in the last match. He is going to be on the left. Abdias is going to replace Juan Richard, who I was not impressed with in that last match, and we are going to start Marcos Enrique or Hakuda. Let's get Hakuda back. Let's show Hakuda that we have faith in him as he gets the start as our right back. Nathan Silva, by the way, coming in to replace Canella, who I just want to make sure he is not on our bench at all. Also, Paulo Alexandre picked up a bit of a knock in the week. Probably best not to have him on the bench. We'll bring in Gui Miranda, who is in our reserves. We have definitely put him there basically to just rot, but we'll give him an opportunity to come in this match. Who was I putting him in for? Paulo Alexandre. There we go. So it's going to be Andre in goal, Abdias, Nathan Silva, Carlau, and Hakuda on the back line. Igor behind Victor Reis and Rodrigo Haruki in the midfield. J. Carlos and Mateus Conceição on the wings. Gabriel Rosera as our striker. Like I said, we're basically 2-1 favorites in this match. We are on the road, but it is against the team that is not in nearly as robust a competition as we are. So hopefully we will be able to make the most of this. I think we're going to keep the camera here. I feel a little bit more comfortable with this rather than the tactical view. If you guys don't mind, let me know in the comments which view you guys prefer to watch your Football Manager in, because this series is not necessarily just about me, although I am thoroughly enjoying playing it, but it's also about you guys and what you want to see here on YouTube. An early yellow card for São Raimundo, SRRR. I love that. I don't know what the RR stands for, but I'm sure it's juicy. Remo Serie B team has a 1-0 lead over Athletic. That's really the only score I see in the competition right now. Carlau in possession, getting it back from Hakuda. Nice little triangles, but they're triangles in our end. Like, this is the kind of possession that I don't really need to see, which is not really it's possession for possession's sake. Conceição, already on a yellow card, carrying it into the box, playing it across. Yuri Sina is going to get his hand on it. It's going to hit the corner flag and go out behind the byline, so it's going to be a corner that J. Carlos is going to take. He'll send it in. It's a bit short. Cleared away. Conceição back to Carlos. Conceição, and J. Carlos was deemed to be offside. The assistance flag will be raised, and that is going to end that opportunity. But let's see if we can get the ball back rather quickly, shall we? As São Raimundo with the ball deep in there, and Yuri Sina doesn't play it long. Cuello up ahead. Vinicius Jr. can't control it. Victor Reis. Conceição couldn't quite get control of it. Nathan Silva, though, stepping up. Conceição, great touch. Rosera back to Conceição. Can he tuck it inside that far post? He cannot. The goalkeeper able to get his hands on that one, and another corner opportunity for Ituano. We've had 4 so far in the first 30 minutes of this match. In fact, most of the chances have gone our way. I would say that we have dominated in this match. In fact, we're going to go to a more positive mentality to kind of try to take advantage of what seems to be working for us so far. However, 40 minutes in, we have not yet broken through. Jay Carlos into the middle, can't pick out Rosera, so it's one back. Sal Raimundo, Pedrinho easily dispossessed. Rodrigo Haruki, Jay Carlos, he's taken out. No call, scrambled away by Sal Raimundo. Nathan Silva loses his mind. Luis Enrique picks it up. It's put over the outstretched arms of Andre. Looks like he got a fingertip on it, though, and will put it out behind for the first corner of the afternoon for Sal Raimundo, but they are unable to do anything with it. Their left back, Iago, is injured, and he is still out on the pitch. I have to say I'm not happy with the performance out there. We really need to step it up. I don't like the fact that we have so many chances and we really just have not taken advantage of a single one. But that really is the story of cups in Football Manager over the last couple of years. The team that is supposed to win, and we saw it with Corinthians as well. Now, they may have rotated their squad to make things a little bit more even, but theoretically, we should never have even had the opportunity to potentially win that match. And yet we kept finding ourselves with a 1-0 and then a 2-1 lead. Now, obviously, they ultimately were able to equalize, but still, oh my goodness gracious. Get him out. Get him out. Mateus Conceição taken out. In fact, we are probably going to have to take him off. It is a red card for Iago. We can pause now. I don't want to lose Conceição, so just in case, we're going to bring in Caio Enrique. Is anybody else on the pitch that we may want to... Yeah, let's get João in for Rodrigo Haruki, and we'll swap these players around. Let's get Victor Reis a little bit more forward. That role that Celio Pereira Silva plays so well for us that unfortunately we cannot take advantage of in this match. Celio Pereira Silva does remain one of my favorite players, and if I knew then what I know now, I would have absolutely backed up the money truck for him and just signed him to a massive deal with a massive release clause. It would probably still get triggered at some point, but we would have had at least a few more years where we were confident that we knew that he was going to be a part of this team. Nathan Silva's not really having a great match. Carlao's feeling a little knackered, but you know that I am absolutely loath to replace any of my center backs if I don't have to. I will take out a defensive midfielder, and we're going to put in Mateus Rocha, but what we are going to do is Carlao is going to step up into that deep-lying playmaker role because he can kind of play it to a certain degree, and we'll put Mateus Rocha next to Nathan Silva. Rocha is one of the players that we have not yet tendered a new contract to. His release clause still sits under $1 million, but I'm fairly confident that we'll be able to retain him for a bit longer. Now, I didn't need to do these contracts right now because the transfer window in Brazil is closed, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. Oh my God, that was almost terrible. Andre in a bad position. Luckily, it hit the post and was able to stay out. But we're going to definitely go to a more attacking mode. Although that could leave us susceptible on the counterattack. 80% possession, though. 6 shots on target, and we have not snuck one past the Sal Raimundo goalkeeper. And another highlight for them, Luis Enrique. It's headed away by Hakuda. Caio Enrique is going to start a counterattack of our own. Caio Enrique up that right side. He will pause, play it into João. João carrying it into the box. João with a shot. He probably should have looked for Gabriel Rosera in the middle, because that was not the best opportunity we could potentially have had. And if we go to penalties again, there's nothing I can really do about it, but I will be incredibly upset. The fact that we have not been able to score against this team is making me, it's making the blood boil. Caio Enrique, João, throwing it forward. Gabriel Rosera knows he's not going to get there, and we are going to penalties for the second consecutive match. I do have to say the one thing about Football Manager is these penalty shootouts do take forever. At least Jay Carlos gets us started off on the front foot this time, giving Ituano the 1-0 lead. He was unable to convert on his first opportunity, as you know, because it only happened 15 minutes ago for you. He missed his chance against Corinthians, and that basically sealed our fate. Wagner Jr. stepping up. Andre beaten by a Panenka. It's 1-1. Normally in my team talks before this kind of thing, I'll be like, stay calm, pick your spot. This time I was like, I expect you to win this shootout. And so far, J. Carlos and Gabriel Rosera have gotten that message. It is 2-1, Ituano. Andre, though, does need to be the hero. He's going to need to make a stop. Can he take care of Yukawa, the second shooter for Sal Raimundo? Shinji Yukawa stepping up. Oh, he guessed correctly, but still sneaks it inside that near post to make it 2-2. It's not that I'm nervous about this. It's just that the matches we've played, Caio Henrique scoring to make it 3-2 Ituano. We put ourselves, I feel, in the best position we could as far as opportunities and tactics and team lineups that we could for us to win both of these matches. And the fact that they have both come down to penalties. Oh, Andre, that could be the save of the season. Because as long as we hit our next 2 penalties, Ituano is going to move on to the 3rd round of the Copa do Brasil. And that will be the deepest we have seen in this competition. I mean, we weren't even in it one of the years. Victor Reis, oh my God. Victor Reis. What was I just saying? And now Andre needs to make another save. We are still leading 3-2. But if Sal Raimundo scores here, they will equalize this penalty shootout. Is this just Football Manager's way of heightening the tension? Making it not easy for us? Oh, and Andre is able to save it. He just sticks his hand out. Murillo Henrique goes down the middle. Andre didn't even have to move. He just sticks his hand down and makes the save. So if we are able to convert on our 5th and hopefully final shot, it is Zhao, the youngster, stepping up. Oh, and Yurisina saves it. Well, this is why we're paying Andre the big bucks, isn't it? Still 3-2. Pedrinho, who picked up that early yellow card, stayed in the match until the end. Can he be the hero for Sal Raimundo? We are tied at 3. Both teams have missed 2 penalties. We have missed the last 2 we have taken. Sal Raimundo has tilted the advantage back into their favor, believe it or not, because we have our center back sub, Mateus Rocha, delivering. I was so nervous when he stepped up. When Mateus Rocha is your 6th shooter, then you have a problem, my friends. But Ituano now with a 4-3 lead on penalties. And it's up to Gabriel Tobias to solve Andre. Can Andre make his 3rd save? He can! And Ituano have done it. We have moved on. It wasn't pretty, but a win is a win is a win. I will take a victory in this episode. We're still about a week away from the draw of the 3rd round. Odds are pretty good that that match may come before we kick off our season. I can guarantee you we are going to be kicking off our Serie B campaign in the next episode. We're taking on America de Natal on the road. If we do have the 3rd round of the Copa do Brasil, we'll bring you that as well. Otherwise, it'll be the home tilt against Criciúma. I hope you are here for that. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and come on back tomorrow for more Football Manager as we kick off our Serie B campaign with Ituano in Brazil. It's our Youth Academy Challenge. I hope you've been enjoying it. I know I have. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.